Hi, Carl Baltimore with District of Buckets. One of the big staples of these Rick Barnes teams is really the physicality that you guys have, and you see in this tournament when there's a lot of teams who have this physicality advantage and don't really use it. You guys did a really good job of asserting your will yesterday. Can you speak to kind of that culture of physicality and the success that it brings you in this type of environment?
Let's go with Felix first, then Bishop.
I just say something like you said, it's a culture, and it's something we've done, since the summer, since we got together, and it's something we continue to do every time we play. We pride ourselves every time we go into a game trying to be one of the hardest playing team in the country, and I think regardless of who we play, we're still gonna bring it.
Yeah, I think it's just a testament to our strength trainer, Garrett Mendenwald. We put a lot of work in the summer, just being physically prepared, and then we knew we had the size advantage on him, so we looked to attack that. So
In the back, on the other side, in front of the players.
Vince Farrar, 99.1 The Sports Animal in Knoxville. Bishop, for you specifically, two questions. One, how did you feel yesterday after having a week off? Were you able to recharge the batteries and have a little extra pep to your step? And then the second thing is, how early in a ball game can you tell that Jacoby is locked in and could really have an explosive game like you did yesterday?
Yeah, I think the kind of little bit of a break was good. Definitely having those SEC tournament games where you're playing back-to-back days. But, got some guys healthy that were kind of dealing with injuries and stuff like that. So I definitely think that was good. And then, with Kobe, once you see those first two go in and, touch nothing but net, you kind of know he's got it going. So it's our job to keep feeding him and also just his ability to get others involved as well.
We'll go stay on this side, row 3.
Justin Williams from The Athletic. For both of you, how much did last year's run influence kind of what you guys are doing now and just maybe that hunger to get to that Final Four?
Let's go with Bishop first, and then Felix.
Yeah, I think just we were blessed to be behind, some veteran guys last year that had been here and done it. So for me as a freshman last year, just being able to see what it takes to win at this level, every game's going to be a grind. So I think that just kind of gave me a good perspective going into it this year, and me kind of being able to talk to the younger guys about that.
I would say, as a guy who was part of the team, I was a starter last year and part of the big run. I would just say there's a fire that we had in us, and I feel like we have unfinished business to say. And just being an older guy too, stay last year, just telling the new guys and the younger guys, what it takes. Just being that good leader, just educating them what it takes to be, going all the way to the Final Four.
We'll go back into the back in front of the student athletes.
Felix, for you specifically, what do you see in Virginia? I'm not sure how much prep you guys have done as a team for them, but what do you know about them and the challenges they might bring to the table?
They're very well coached team. We know they love to play in transition, and they want to shoot early threes. And also, I feel like they have size just like how we do. I think it's going to boil down to the guys who's more physical, and I feel like it's going to be a good matchup.
We'll come in front of me here in row 3, right at the end of the row.
Rick Butler, Rocky Top Insider. Question for Bishop. Why do you think that Jacoby is able to see the floor as well as he is right now?
He's super quick getting downhill. I think it's a lot of it has to do with the bigs. Them setting those screens kind of allows him to get downhill. And then after that, when they're running, as hard as they do to the rim, it's hard to not see him a lot of the times. And, he also draws so much attention that when he's driving those gaps and stuff like that, people are really helping him. So he's able to kick out and get others involved when he doesn't have his shot. So.
Any more questions for the student athletes? We'll go back across in front of the student athletes row, last row.
Bishop, in terms of the three-point ball, you guys, obviously there's a lot of talk about Miami, Ohio, and what they did with their three-point shooting. You guys did a great job against them. What are the differences in what Virginia does offensively with the way they shoot the three ball versus what you guys were just able to do against Miami, Ohio?
Yeah, it's kind of similar. They try to put up around 33s a game or something like that, I think. So, they're also doing a job attacking it early if they have the open three. So I think kind of just the same thing as we kind of did last game, just being in gaps early and playing out, guarding the three-point line as best we can. But, they're balanced, so kind of just trying to take away as much as we can.
Anything else for the student athletes? We'll stay here in row 4.
This question is for Bishop. The SEC has some of the best guard play in the country with guys like Philon, Acuff. How does that conference kind of best prepare you for deep guard rotations like Virginia, who has a guy like Jakari White off the bench putting up 26 points?
Yeah, Virginia, has a lot of talented guards, but I think we've saw that all season. I think the SEC is the best conference in the world for basketball, and every night we have a challenge, whether it's Acuff and some of those guys like you mentioned, or it's Mississippi State and you have Josh Hubbard. So every night we were in for a challenge, and I think that was a good just look at it to be prepared for where we are now.